Hi and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video, I want to show you this Boho apartment that I've built in San Myshuno in the lot 121 Hakim house. And it's actually like a very nice lot for an apartment. The size, it's pretty big. So I made this a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment for maybe a couple of parents and also like a teen. But it can also work for like 4 Sims if like 2 of them are couples or don't mind sleeping in one bed. Or it can also work for 2 adults that don't know each other that well or prefer sleeping in like 2 separate bedrooms. But yeah, it's definitely like a decently sized, a very nice apartment, and that is the vibe that I was going for, because of course with apartments you often tend to build like these very small, very cheap apartments, but I wanted to make like a very nice apartment, and so this size and stuff was just perfect. And also it was so much fun for me to build this, because usually I'm someone who while building pays way more attention to the exterior than I do to the interior, and that's kind of like not the best thing to do, and it also kind of leaves my interior decoration skills sometimes lacking, and that is something that I really want to challenge myself in and get better at. And so this was just like so much fun and just an amazing incentive to like really get going with the interior and do it well and do it right, and it was a bunch of fun. I need to do this more often, or just like kind of start with the interior and then continue with the exterior. Maybe then I would have like a little bit more patience and attention left to spend on the interior. And so far you've seen me kind of put down some basics for the dining room and the living room, which I already really like, but currently there is some magic happening in the kitchen, because the kind of kitchen counter that I really wanted for this sort of boho style apartment was a kitchen that has like a nice white or cream tone for the actual drawers and stuff, but I wanted to have like a wooden, not stovetop, what's it called, like countertop. I wanted to have like a nice kind of light but still very like wooden countertop, and that is something that we currently do not really have with the items that we have in The Sims. We have like some things that are kind of like beige, and sometimes there is like some brown countertops, but then with like very dark cabinets, and it's just not the vibe that I was going for. And so I used these shelves from Snowy Escape to put on top of the counters and basically create a fake countertop, and I absolutely love the effect that it gives. I love the color combination. It's basically exactly what I wanted, and I was so happy with the result, just to then while like playtesting realize that these shelves make the counters not functional anymore, at least for the most part. Like the oven still works, it's the stove top that doesn't. And of course I also could not put in a sink, since the sink was also I mean I think the sink was maybe still functional, but it looked very weird because you couldn't see like the under part of the sink because there was a shelf in the way. And so I decided to go for like a dishwasher machine, and that worked very well. I'm very happy that I like thought of that solution, because I usually forget about the existence of dishwashers in The Sims. But then when I realized, okay, I can't use these countertops, so it's not really functional, so I decided to create an island and not put the shelves on there, and then it worked fine. He could prepare some like food on top of those countertops, and it worked perfectly. So at first I was not too sold on the idea of like one half having these wooden countertops and the other half that doesn't, but I think that's just because I personally of course know what I envisioned in my mind for this kitchen to look like, but I think people that like play in this or see this do not know, and so it does not bother them as much as it did with me. And even after it has been like this for like 10 minutes, my eyes got used to it and I started to really like it, and that makes the whole kitchen functional. Not just the oven, because the oven was still functional where it was with like with the shelves and stuff, but no, it is also functional because I put on a second stovetop, and I put that on those counters that are kind of like that don't have the shelves on top basically, but it still has the overall look that I wanted. And so yeah, I'm very happy that I found this happy medium between functional functionality for playing in it, but also going for the look that I wanted, because I think it would have really hurt my like decorator soul to get rid of the shelves and just like have to be content with the fact that I cannot create this like specific look that I was looking for and I was going for. I made a video a while ago about items that we still desperately need in The Sims. I've referenced that a couple of times since I made it, but in that I also mentioned the exact type of counter and just like kitchen that I'm still looking for. So if you're interested in that, I am going to link that video in the description. This time also because I had way more time to spend on the interior and I had more time to spend on this in general. Everything is play tested, not just the kitchen, but everything is functional, at least in my game. And currently you're seeing me decorating the main bedroom or the parents' bedroom or however you want to play it. And it's been a while since I have made like a very huge collective wardrobe with the assets that we got in Dream Home Decorator. But this time I was feeling it. I had that whole wall to fill with some sort of wardrobe, and so I did. And it was also a bunch of fun because I have not done this in a while. It's like really satisfying how these things like click together and work together. And then I filled it with the stuff and that worked very well too. I don't know, this was just like a very pleasant experience to build this apartment. And I really like the look that it has in the end. And usually I'm not that happy when there are these areas in the wardrobe with the Dream Home Decorator stuff that basically are just empty on the backside. And especially this time because it was in front of a window, and actually not that nice of a window. No, it's not the window's fault. It's the look out of the window that, in my opinion, was not that nice. And so I had no problem with covering that up. And so I filled the backside of the wardrobe with mirrors. And I thought that was like a very, first of all, realistic thing to do. And second of all, also a very nice look. So I really like that. And now currently you see me decorating one of my most realistic, but at the same time, one of my favorite bathrooms that I ever did. It has this very nice like white and light brown, but also kind of orangey brown theme that I have throughout the entire apartment, which is very nice to also mirror that in the bathroom. But on top of that, it also has like this whole like washing station with some shirts there and stuff. And I thought that was very realistic to also be next to the sink, because of course, like with the sink, all of the piping is already there and stuff. And I think it works very well. In my apartment, actually, our piping underneath the sink broke recently, and that was connected to our like dishwasher as well as our washing machine as well as our kitchen sink, which are three things that are very essential to have in an apartment. And so we had to live without that for a while. And because our bathroom sink is too small to wash dishes in, we had to wash dishes in the bathtub from like our shower bathtub combo. We had to do that 3 times until it got fixed. So that was like kind of an adventure, but these people hopefully do not have to do that too often. Oh, and also while I am on the note of telling you life stories, I'm just going to use this now to tell a little bit about Gamescom, because I was at Gamescom this weekend and it was so much fun. I was there Friday and Saturday, and on Friday at first I was a little bit worried because I know Gamescom to be like very full, and to when you come into a hall there to be like stages with people screaming for like free goodies and just like everyone cheering, and it's just like being full of booths and being full of people. And this time there were very many booths missing because they got retracted from Gamescom, so I was a little bit worried if the vibe was going to be the same. But then I was there at Saturday, like I already had like a great time on Friday, but then I was there on Saturday and there were so many like masses of people there. It was amazing. I just like to just feel the vibe of all those people being hyped for games and just being themselves, because there are so many people with such cool like cosplays and just outfits and hairstyles and just like cool things in general. Yeah, just people being themselves and enjoying a hobby they all share in common. And it was a really, really great time. I got to play 2 Point Campus, campus, which is super cool. And what else did I get to play? I get to play D&D, or like it was just like a half an hour one shot. I don't know if like any of you, I don't know how closely connected the D&D community and the Sims community are, but if you've played D&D before and if you like it, let me know in the comments, because I absolutely love D&D. I am actually a dungeon master, which is the person who runs a D&D game in like a couple of games and a player in others. And so if we share this love for D&D, let me know in the comments. And yeah, you currently see me decorating the hallway, and I wanted to use the hallway as sort of a second living room space. Not really, but also to just have this nice seating area. And also I did not have an office yet for them to actually work. Like the main bedroom had a desk in its room, but there was not actually a PC on it. And so I thought this apartment really needed a PC for The Sims and to be just like a well-rounded apartment. And so I put this into the hallway or the entryway, however you want to call it, and also made it sort of like a just chill out area where you maybe can wait. I imagined the situation where they go to like some sort of event together, and one of them is finished earlier with getting ready for the event than the other person. And so there is just like this really nice sitting area for them to wait until the other person gets ready. And I think that's sort of good and sort of fun to envision. And yeah, I really hope that you liked and enjoyed this video, that you like this apartment build. Maybe it can be helpful for you in your gameplay if you want it and if you are into the style, because of course it's very specific to the style. And yeah, I really hope you have a lovely day. If you would consider subscribing, you would make me super duper happy, and I hope we'll see each other again.